The group is separated. Now, Jamal, Octavian has been in the underworld for some time. Um, I'm not sure if you could remind me how long he's been in the underworld.
I think it has been months at least.
Okay, so months in the underworld, and you've been traveling around. Sometimes maybe bumping into a key. Not that it helped you much because you definitely had to drop it and put it back into a ship so that it could be powered, so that it could help people get out of the underworld eventually. So in your travels, in your searching around Grenguana, having spotted the lazy king, being asked to find keys that would help their people, um, it isn't difficult to eventually find information for some of the keys. The question is, which key do you look for? You probably would have heard of a key that was lost in time, one that specifically was trying to be that was lifted from a vault that doesn't belong to obviously the person who took it, and that one was in an area that was left in shambles. So traveling through that area was a bit rough, but nobody has really gone for that. And searching for that specific key, the stolen key could net you one, but it really depends if that's what you're looking for. You could probably seek out more simple ones. Sometimes there's downed ships in the northwest, northeast of the underworld, so to say, as the map would pray tell, at least. But really is up to you. Like, are you gonna try to seek out the that lost one? Are you gonna try to find one that was in some sort of vessel, or are you just gonna try to do something else in the underworld?
I think that I'm going to take in account like my patron, what he wants me to do. This is the first one, and the second one is that I will also take in account. And actually, I want to clarify something. After I became a warlock, do I became like a traitor also
Oh,
of the court of the horse?
no. So are you a warlock? You don't have any warlock, do
Yes,
you?
I'm warlock.
You. So so how many levels of warlock do you have?
All of them, like 6 levels.
Okay. So you changed your class.
Yes.
Okay. Um.
Yes, I made contract with Adasor.
Okay. Did you update your character sheet and all that?
Yeah, I already did that.
Okay. All right. Great. Yeah. I mean, if you're taking all your levels into warlock, I mean, uh, really depends. Um, because their needs are to specifically get out of the underworld because they are not in this planet.
So you mean the needs of Adasor?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. And okay, then I'm going to do everything to assist him because I'm binded by the contract, and I suppose I will be searching for that particular key as well.
Which one? The one on the ship or the one that was lost or
The
stolen?
one, I think the one that was lost.
Okay. So, as it turns out, the one that was lost and or stolen is pretty close to a place that, unfortunately, before you could reach it, somehow, some way, pulls you out into, well, you find yourself in a beach, devoid of ocean life, from what you can tell, as ripped from the very center, the very bay of which would have held water at some point. Instead, is a massive spinning diamond, very bright, almost too bright to look at. And as this diamond sort of just stays betwixt in the air, there seems to be a funnel of fire and water around it in some way, almost as if touching the ground directly under it, and then touching directly over it as well. It's specifically it's um, ripping through the ground above it and funneling upwards. Fortunately, the moment you see this brilliant light, Octavian, you're kind of grabbed. Gravity is kind of pulling you towards it, and you are pretty much automatically transported into, well, um, if we're looking at the map here, there's this lake right here. It's a very nice, massive lake, and in the center of that lake, um, in the middle of the water, there seems to be a funnel within that water, and it doesn't take long until Octavian, once having trying to spot that, find a lost key of sorts, you're thrown in the center of that lake, Octavian, and you're currently swimming for your life, probably. It's a little rough. It's definitely a deafening and blinding experience. There's a lot of pressure that goes through your skin. You have a point of exhaustion as you are ejected from the underworld into the overworld at this very moment. And I
So I'm
need,
basically kicked out of the underworld, yes, as I understand.
yeah, you get thrown out because it just happened to be that key was gonna definitely be difficult to find. But whether or not, well, you didn't, but regardless, I do need you to make a swim check. That would just be an athletics check. It would be at
Okay.
disadvantage. You do have a exhaustion.
So with disadvantage.
Yes.
14.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
I managed to survive, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
I
yeah,
am just.
it's pretty good. It's not a, you weren't gonna die. It was just how long it would take you. Um, so yes. Because what happens, Octavian, as you rise through the oceans, is almost as if you yourself black out. You have, in this state of delirium, a very difficult time, and lack of air filling your lungs definitely put you in a state. And in that, you close your eyes. Um,
Wow.
you
So
don't.
basically, I'm passed out, yes, as I understand.
No, you're just gonna have a moment. Um, but it's okay. Everyone's gonna have a moment because DS. Where do we find Feara in all of this? Where do we find Feara after arriving wherever they arrive, whenever they got out? Yep, you are. Okay, so you would have been in Imali. Then you would have probably found some way to make it to where you wish to be, to the forest of in which your parents live. There is no real name for the town. It's a very small settlement, but you could be there now. Well, within yeah, yeah. Well, it's a mansion, just a decent sized, massive house. Gotcha. Actually, that's what I imagined as well. Actually, to be honest with you, a lot of backyard kind of deal, a lot of woods integrated with it, a bit of a cabin stuff, and further away if anyone ever wants to find some time in a romantic sense or solitary environment. And in that, you definitely were probably seeing some concerned parent eyes for just a moment until you clarified that yes, that suit does come off. Um, this is not a permanent fixture. And then they're like, okay, we now accept all of this 100%. We were just concerned 2 seconds ago, but there was a dinner had regardless. Could I have a check to see how well put together Feara was in that dinner? It has nothing, no bearing at all to do with your parents' future. Yes. Mhm. Okay. Yes. Yes. And proficiently do you go through that dinner? In this dinner, actually was sort of a job interview. A very job is the wrong way to say. It was more like there's a task that needs to be done, and it requires a very special hand. Your father specifically needs to needs his specialty is needed in this, and they were just sort of figuring out if this was a perfect partner in this situation. And as vague as they are in this dinner, your father, he was wholly excited at the end of it when he was handed a business card with details on where to meet for the get together before this job is made or completed or begun. Um, Regardless, there is joy had, drinks, and a roast. And as you go to sleep this night, I would like everybody to make sure that you guys all have long rests. Um, Jamal, in this point, you do not have exhaustion, but when we are
Great.
back in reality, you definitely will. Because as we sort of all drift, there's an awakened dream had a shared experience of the sort, and I will take us to where that is after I fix it, because I just realized, oh, I gotta fix it probably. We find ourselves here in this in midst of conversation. There seems to be an air of importance. Favorite, you're being looked at specifically. Um, because there seems to be a degree, a sense of acknowledgement as you hold in your hand the key which reaches the pantry, as you yourself has right now on your person. Ironically, you're wearing things which would be odd in your maybe in your own sight. You don't you And again, tell me if this is off for Feara to wear. You'd probably wearing a lot of black, some black leather jacket with some spikes on it. You would have these gauntlets that have again protrusions of these wicked blades that seem to be connected to the weapon as you're holding and showing off this thing. There is a very thin but slightly awkwardly shaped sword. Very similar to the one in Mulan, curved in that degree, hanging to the side of you there. And again, that blade seems to glow with a bit of a red just around in the area. Like it gives a 5 foot dim light, 5 foot of dim light where it stands at the moment. Octavian, you, not much is different from you. You do have a spell book, possibly different in aesthetic. Your robes, though, are completely darkened. There are more. There's more black and there's more yellow to it, to the rims of it, almost to the edges, as if they're gold plated, gold tinted, and in front of you stand 3 of the Symphony members and 1 blue tiefling. The Symphony members in front of you that speak are Billy, Reverie, and Ririsu. Not me. I just take his moniker. This is the real guy. Um, and then the tiefling themselves seem to be an amber folk, which is, again, to you, knowledge that you somehow know. Close by, you guys can spot Kuiko and Furball hanging to the corner over here. And they seem to be guarding the area, an air of protectiveness in them. They are not wearing the armor that you know them to be wearing always. They seem to be wearing some very just regular armor from what you can tell. Nothing special compared to the guardian armor that they have that has clearly been painted over and over again just to hide the fact that it is guardian armor, which is one of the best armors in this universe. Regardless, Billy, the one at the head of the table opposite from Feara, says, and if we're gonna get away with this, we're gonna have to get rid of the warden. He is our biggest problem.
Who is our biggest problem? He said Warlock.
Um, the warden. Come on, Octavian, you got to catch up. We if we don't knock down the warden, we're gonna get caught. They already took out all the other bases. We're the last one. We're all that's left. If we don't stop them now, Imani might be cooked.
I just look at the Kuiko and can I do like insight check because I have a suspicion that they are some sort of mimics and not real people.
Sure, make insight checks. Make both of you make either history, insight, or arcana, whichever works best for you guys.
24.
Mm-hmm. Feara, what do you got? 22. Okay. So it doesn't take you guys long. Maybe the way you guys are looking about, you spot each other, notice that the two of you have an air of difference between everything else. Everyone acts as if all is normal. Reverie is continuously writing down on this scroll um, as she looks up and continues to listen. But Ririsu on the to the left of Billy, he he's looking at the two of you as you're sharing these glances, and then he asks, "What's happening? What is happening to you guys? What you guys understand is you are in an awakened memory. You are in a space in which is meant to be a warning. The universe, as it has expanded and contracted several thousands of times, things that we can't concept or realize or give a number to, but it itself has done it, and it holds on to some of these memories. And in this memory, for those folk who are able to access it, for the folk that are capable and may eventually one day reach the level of demigod or god themselves, who knows? Sometimes some of these people, they have access to some of these points, some of these dreams, and in most cases, it's generally fine. If nothing happens within the dream, you're there's no issue, no concern. Um, but death within these planes, within these states, could lead to further consequences. There have been cases of people falling into an awakened dream, whether actually sleeping or not, and they come out different, or sometimes don't even wake up at all. Um, it is cause for concern, but currently you guys just seem to be having a conversation, so possibly not.
I look at them and say, I am a little bit dizzy, because traveling is pretty exhausting. Can you remind me how we got here?
Octavian, and at this point, he sort of raises his head up, looking at you. What are you talking? You walked in here. When Lipsy was taken down, you came as a refugee. The warden killed most of the coral core. I don't know what you want me to say. We're in it. Wake up! He's like snapping his fingers in front of you. He's like, we're in the shit. We're at the end of it. Like, if we don't figure this out now, we're gonna lose Imali. If we lose Imali, we might lose the rest of the systems. He seems to be concerned that you're kind of blasé about it at this moment. You seem unsure of your situation, and his face is like, "Have you not had this meeting? You was here for like an hour. What's going on?"
And suddenly I look at Kuiko and shout, Kuiko, can you come here, please?
Kuiko walks over. Uh yeah. They sort of get up to like right here. They look to Ririsu and Amber, and then Billy, and then they look to you, and they're like, "You called me?"
Yes, I have a question for you.
Mm.
I don't know what is happening to me, but I am feeling a little bit dizzy, and I need to ask you something. And I'm going to ask something personal, which only real Kuiko can know.
Sure. She does not. She's not up to you. She's like right there. She's a couple feet away. You. I'm just asking. You don't get up to talk to her. You just stay there.
I just stand up a little bit and I approach her. And
Okay.
I calmly ask her something personal from our adventure, which only me and Kuiko can know. The real Kuiko can know.
What do you
and
ask?
I'm asking her. Today, when we defeated that dragon, or that's some sort of a child of Vienna, can you remind me whom we find in the some sort of hall?
Right. they actually laugh. They kind of give this like nervous chuckle, and they say, "Yeah, we you're saying we defeated Yenna, the Breaker Peninsula, the monster of 1,000 years ago? What are you talking about?"
And then I look at dice. I don't remember the name of the characters. I'm sorry. Feara, yes, the
Feara.
name of the character. I'm looking at Feara and I'm using 1 minute. I'm using a message on her and saying
Him. Feara's
there
a
is
guy.
something.
Feara's a guy.
Yes, I am using on Feara on the guide and say with the message there is something wrong here.
Feara. You got a message saying there's something wrong from Octavian in this table as Kuiko looks to you guys laughing as if she does not recognize Octavian. She has not even looked your way. Okay.
Okay, I basically said that there is something wrong with these people. They form, and Kuiko doesn't seem real. And I answer, she acts like she doesn't know us. And when I asked her personal question from our adventure, which only me and her know, she said that nothing similar has ever happened to us.
They were definitely confused.
I return and take a seat back, and then I say, have you ever heard of Atasaur?
All of them look at you immediately when you say the name Adasaur. And only Ririsu asks why, while giving a look to Kuiko, like, I think we're done here. Kuiko kind of just walks away.
The warden may seem a problem, but he may have some sort of connection or relations with Atasaur. In reality, I'm just decepting them in order to gain information. How real are they?
Yeah.
And what do they know about the objective reality?
They say yes. The warden is related to the late Lizard King. Whether it is a problem or not, uh, if they are comparable to Azaela, I cannot tell you. Azaela herself, I can tell you right now, if that was the level of problems we had, we would not exist anymore. Her fury is unknowable, and she is the one that basically defeated the Lizard King. So I would hope that the warden does not have that capacity.
You killed the Lizard King?
No, no, no. I did no such thing. My father aided in his destruction. Wiser definitely assisted. Rain, my our fellow Symphony member, was there and delivered the final blow, but it was Azaela that effectively pinned him down.
So he doesn't exist anymore. So he was just permanently destroyed.
The Lizard King not existing. I doubt that. I am sure he still exists. Um, he was he like a god. Um, he was the closest thing we noticed in this universe as an Esper. Uh, Taking that thing out of the equation is a little harder than one would think. Just because they are not in this existence anymore does not mean they don't have influence. Is what I mean.
And I I immediately and silently cast detect magic without using the spell slot because of my warlock thing. And I'm just basically testing if I have access to the powers of underscore.
Okay. And is that a spell that you picked up from your warlock?
Yeah. It is one
Yeah.
of my abilities, like casting detect magic without wasting the spell slot.
Okay. Um, and detect magic. What is that? A verbal somatic component?
Uh, I'm just mumbling something, and detector of magic is cast because detector of magic is verbal and semantic.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, they see
From
you.
outside, from outside, it seems that I'm mumbling something.
Well, mm, I don't know about that because people know about casting. Unless you have subtle spell, you're not gonna cast a spell all quiet like is a thing. But um, but yeah,
Okay, then let's change. Let's change one thing.
you still cast
Uh,
it. There's not a problem. I just need to know.
do I sense any kind of a magical presence, like in the sense of illusion?
Um, no, no illusion going on here.
And suddenly, I want, in theory, I have a question. If there was used some sort of magic there which creates illusion, if I used the dispel magic, would it disappear and would the truth be revealed to me?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the thing is, it doesn't feel like magic. There's no magic specifically going on that
Okay,
is
then I
changing
just
your
remain
perception here. Yeah.
silent.
Okay. So what happens is they sort of Ririsu, he specifically is looking at all of you guys with paranoid eyes, let's call them, and he then gets up from the table and he touching the maps that seem to be on there. He's there seems to be a city map specifically, and he says, "If we don't overtake the tower by the end of the night, they will be leaving, and we will have no way to stop them. I just want to make sure." As he kind of looks at Feara and Octavian specifically, as he seems the most concerned as of why he's here. Um, and then he says, are we all up for it today? Is the question. He sort of asks as Reverie finishes up with the scroll, rolls it up, and grabs his spear connected to like a bowl, sort of like a hammer, like a mace, sort of. Pretty long spear, made up of nearly all of it silver. And then Billy herself, she just kind of gets up. She's kind of short, but she does get up on the chair and she's cracking her knuckles and stuff. Um, but Amber, grabbing a massive hammer that's on the table, gets up and nods, looking to everyone else, waiting for you guys to acknowledge.
I just mumble, and I'm asking Atasur for the guidance.
Um, Again, so I want you to understand, Octavian. You have a patron. The patron is not beholden to you.
Oh, okay, my bad. And I'm just giving a nod, but I'm looking at them suspiciously. And by the way, do they act like we know each other for like a long time?
They act as if they know you, both of you. In this, what are you thinking, Pharaoh? What do you do? You're seeing these people talking to you, trying to plan with you, trying to explain to you the importance of taking over the tower of the city? How do you feel? What do you say to that? That's exactly what I'm trying to convey. Is that what Feara's asking? Because you are Feara's as confused as hell. They thought they went to sleep and they just got here out of nowhere. Like you thought you had a very good dinner, and then you kind of feel a little full right now. There's food in front of you, so you haven't even touched it because you feel full. Um, there's this sword you've never seen before. You're wearing clothes you might not wear. What are you thinking? No, that hasn't happened yet. Your dad just picked up the business card. That was that same night you went to sleep and now you're here. Somehow. Maybe. That's you know it as an awakened dream, yes. You've heard of these things before. But do you say it out loud? Do you say it out loud? Yeah, okay. Just check. Under his breath. Uh-huh. Um do you they didn't. I just checked.
Do I recognize them like these four guys?
um you recognize the three up here that I will circle to be symphony members. Geez, that circle is bad. Can I get a wider circle? Is that a better circle? Why none of that circles? What the heck? Okay, here. Yes, there you go. That's better. But I deleted it almost immediately, so it doesn't help. Uh, here. There you go. These three right here are known as, from left to right, they're three of the symphony members, three of the most mightiest heroes of the universe, sitting down, looking concerned. Yeah, yeah. I take his moniker. Um, I'm the copycat, not him. Um, Billy and Reverend.
Okay. And I look at this fourth person whom I don't recognize.
That's Amber.
And
That is not a symphony member, but you do recognize them. No, you don't. You don't recognize them.
I look at her and ask her, "Can you remind me your name?"
She sort of gives a bit of a gasp, as if, really? Um, Amber, Amber Erkin. She seems confused. At this point, Billy is gonna ask, "Oh, so what's happening? What's going on? Are you guys having a memory problem? Is there a thing going on?" Reverie, we should probably check the area. And Reverie gets up. She starts casting a spell, looking around the area, looking at the table.
I think I have some sort of a memory loss because I don't know. And then just I lean on the table and I use a message on the dice and tell him there is something wrong here, really, really wrong.
When you say memory loss, Ririsu sort of looks back to Reverie prior to you saying that, and the moment you say memory loss, he turns back to you with a wide eyes, and he says, "What? What do you mean memory?" What's wrong with it? What happened? What do you feel like? Like you're in a fugue state? Like you're not in a place where you were once moments ago? What is it?
I want to make an inside. Let me check it if I don't have the spell. Actually, I want to make insight check to know understand his intentions.
His intentions are to know. He's just asking a question.
And then I say, uh, I feel like that exactly, but I'm not sure.
Hmm. He sort of he kind of pulls out a little bit of a notebook from his jacket, his little coat side there, and he's flipping through it. He's looking at stuff. It takes him a bit, but in the space, Reverie, she's kind of scanning around, and then you guys hear from where Kuiko generally is at. There's a bell, like Kuiko seems to get up and rise with some concern, and then I would like everybody to roll initiative at this moment
So
because,
let's begin.
as it happens to be, there is thunderous clapping as cracks are heard and several fires, so several shots are fired towards what seems to be Koiko, um, taken down almost in one moment as flashes and cracks break through, and it ends with a deafening blast in which Koiko and Furbo are centered upon, having been ambushed in some regard. This is alarming in most states, but in literally 2 seconds, Ririsu, Kuiko is taken down, as in literally killed, and so is Furbo.
And I immediately use message on the dice and tell him it is not real Kuiko. Don't worry. It is just an illusion. It is some sort of a magic. I don't know, but she is not dead.
Okay.
And we need to prepare for fight.
That didn't happen because we are in initiative, and you cannot say that until this is your initiative.
Okay.
So if that's what you want to do for your initiative, great. But several things do make it inside. You don't know what it is yet. Let us write down the initiative order. Ba-da-ba-ba.
I don't know if you can see my initiative.
I do.
Because
I see it, yes.
yeah, then it's 10.
Okay, I'm gonna roll initiative for everyone else. Mm-hmm. Okay, so okay. Okay, that's not great for you guys. Feara, your initiative is 19. Oh, you're up top. Um, oh, you did beat the initiative. Okay, change that. Boom. And it actually is Feara's turn to act first, as all of this conspires. You don't know what you see around the corner here, but eventually, I guess you do know the layout of the area for some reason. You know easily you could go around the corner and try to spot what is that entered the inside of this bunker, but there is an entry point around here. This is the entry point, which you cannot see from where you are, but it is your goal, Pharaoh. What do you do? Yeah, I barely hear you. You can't move your character. No more. Okay. Oh no. Maybe I lower my volume. Let me do that. That'd be useful. That's way better. Oh gosh. The no, I don't. I'm glad. Try to see if you could move yourself now. What is going on? There's two now.
And Octavians as well.
Oh my gosh. You guys are multiplying. Why is it so slow? Oh my gosh. I'm like Dyson Slice. What's your name? Oh, okay. It says right there.
Creating army of the clones.
Yeah. Why are you guys? Why are there so many clones going on here? Okay. Are we just adding more? What's going on?
I can move mine, so I did the one.
You can move him now?
No. Yeah, that's what up.
Wait, Octavian, are you moving or not?
Yeah, I'm moving.
Okay, because I'm concerned. I'm like, it's moving for me. It's very confusing. I can't grab him. Anyways, Feara, your go. What do you do? Everyone seems surprised in their position. They're all looking out towards where that bubble is at, but no one can reach. There is explosion and fire lingering where Kuiko's dead body and Furball stay. They no longer are moving. They are completely motionless in the ground as they are licked by flames. Mm-hmm. Yep. I explained everything you saw. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you would. Yeah. Like you would sneak up like to look around right now. Yeah. They would have not stayed in the corner. They would have been. Their bodies are kind of strewn about. Unfortunately, Ragdoll, Quiko. You could dash. Yeah, if you wanted to dash. Double your speed. Well, not is you just get your speed again, so you get another 30. That's what I mean. Yeah. So you go there. Okay. By right there, you see it. You see one armor suited individual, one gun toting individual, and then several other people behind them that seem to prepare for battle. Yeah, that's what you see. Well, to dash was an action. Yeah, you have a bonus action. Which items are you looking for? We we can assume that all your stats and numbers are the same. You probably don't have special items, like you don't have Red Bull. You don't have the Red Bull. Yeah, you're not wearing a suit right now, a bear suit, but you could still like say that you have the same AC. Let's assume you have everything else the same, just not the special stuff.
I still have my magical whip.
Sure, you would still have a whip in
Feara's
this universe.
Feara's holding a whip now, like to like defend himself, I guess.
Yep. Okay.
And say to the guys, "Who are you? How did you get in here? What did you do? What did you do to my friend over there?" Then points to like Kumiko and Furball.
Yeah. Okay. On their turn, they might just respawn. It looks like one of them will. Is that all you do?
Feara is like keeping his guard up.
Makes sense. End your turn.
Like, is there anything I can do?
Unless you have a bonus action, probably not. You have a bonus action? Do you want to give Bardic Inspiration before having rushed out there?
Sure, I'm gonna give it to Octavian.
To where? To whom?
Octavian.
Octavian, okay.
Or does he already?
Yeah.
Did he already had Bardic Inspiration?
No, he wouldn't have. So you give Octavian Bardic Inspiration. Okay. You've seen this guy before at least once, twice, several times. In Grenguana, in the ship that you both destroyed. You at least share that. But yes, you have a Bardic Inspiration die, Octavian. It is a D6, I believe, right?
Yes, as I know that as well. I think that's the 6.
It can be used on attacks. Like if you make an attack with a weapon, you could use it on that attack if you wanted. Anyways, but above, it seems that it is everyone else's turn. First thing that happens is this guy. He's sort of pulling, dropping a rifle that he had in his hand. He pulls out blades now, and he looks to you. He pulls out a massive katana of some sort on his left hand, and then has a bit of a ray gun on his right hand. He seems prepared and ready to use it, and he says, "By the laws of Umali, this place is under my provision. I will ensure that there aren't any rebels here trying to disrupt the port's system." And he's sort of looking around, trying to spot things. And it seems that he does spot it. And he says, "Like I knew." And he starts shooting at the Symphony members for some reason.
Stop 1 moment. Did he say Imali laws?
Yes.
So the laws of the court, yes?
Yes.
So am I the member of the court at the moment in this universe? Do I have the sign of the court?
No, you don't have any Court of Horns symbols or accoutrement on you.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep. He's gonna attack twice to Ririsu. Hits once. Ririsu has to make a save. He doesn't like that at all. And is already eating through Ririsu's shoulder somehow, ripping through the guy. He only has to make the one save, but he does save it. Yes, great. With that, this guy does rush out. He's looking around the area, and what does he do? He sort of he does nothing. He has to roll a d6. So that's for him. Wait, where'd my d6 go? There you go. Oh, okay. So unfortunately, this happens. Um, and Billy takes a whole bunch of fire damage. Unfortunately, wow. And they're knocked back pretty rough over here in the table. Okay. Da-da. Next one comes down, comes up from behind. Another one comes from behind, and then this one is in front of the one that's behind that one. And they all just seem to prepare, not having reached far enough to do anything as it stands. Just the two in the front have done something at the moment. But as it stands, it is the Symphony member's turn. First, Ririsu literally disappears and comes over here. And he's like, shit, I knew you were gonna make it here. And he kind of just shoves this orange haired thing into the ground. Like into the ground. And they disappear. Like the shadows are enveloped between the two of them. The necromancer that was in front of Ririsu looks very surprised. And they get very angry, yelling, no! But then the other symphony member kind of just flies over, and that's their movement. And then this one, that one just disappears in place, but you hear like footsteps rush forward, so they're invisible. Um, at the end of their turn, Octavian, what do you do in this place where a fireball basically just smacked that one of the symphony members, put them at bloodied, and they're now rushing towards this person with a suit that did it to them.
By the way, I have a few questions. As my character will definitely know the laws of Imali. Am I right?
You would know the laws of Imali, yes.
Yeah. By the laws of Imali, can I call one of them on a duel in order to stop this massacre?
Which law are you calling? What are you trying to say?
So by the laws of the Imali, can I stop this fight and instead fight with only one of them, like in some sort of a duel?
I don't think Octavian would think that's a possibility, as they're looking as aggressors.
Do I have any sort of marking from the Court of the Horse, like anything, any item resembling the court?
Nothing, not on your person here that is an awakened memory, no.
Okay, then I walk there, 30 feet, like here, and I want to know the range of a fireball.
A fireball? Fireball has much range.
150 feet, okay. And I'm shouting before casting the fireball. In the name of the court, I order this fight to stop, and I shoot fireball.
Okay, fireball.
And I shout, in the name of the court, I order this fight to stop. And by the laws of Imani, I urge you to step away, to step back. And I'm shooting the fireball, yeah.
Okay. Pretty sure I have a fireball somewhere. Not sure if it's here. Let me double check. Either way, it would hit all of them in that space. So you want to hit just all of them?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a save they have to make, right?
Yeah.
What's the DC on that?
It's let me check that. It's dexterity save. And if they fail it, they just take half damage. If they succeed, they take just half damage.
Okay. What's the DC?
What's the DC? Let me check it. 15.
Okay. 4 checks. Uh, 3 pass.
Actually, only 2 because it's 15, and the 2 fail.
They get modifiers on their saves.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, one will fail for sure.
Okay, then one takes 28 damage, the rest take 14.
And the one which does take the 28 is the armored individual in front. Boom. Everyone else taking a good amount still. Well, good move. Is there anything else you do?
Nothing.
Okay. 14 damage on all of these. One of them seems to not take much damage from it. The individual that seems to be made up of bones. It seems they are an armored individual that is made up of necrotic essence. But yeah, at the end of your turn, it goes around to Feara. Okay. Yeah. A bomb goes off. A bomb went off behind you. A bomb went off in front of you. Almost. On the ground? I mean, yeah, it's behind him. Like you have to like get to the square next to him. Yeah, it's next to him. Pardon, to the left of him. You have to get to like the square next to the armored suit to like get it, but it is on the ground. Yeah, you're gonna pick up the rifle. You do have the whip. Are you gonna whip it towards you? Okay. Okay, make an attack. Okay, you grabbed it. You put it towards you. Okay. What's next to you now? The rifle itself is a weapon. It does not have extra weapons. It doesn't have like a bayonet or anything like that. No. It is next to you. You do not have it in your person yet. I will say. You do have an attack action. You do have another attack action. Do you wish to use that attack action to pick up that weapon? I'll allow that. Or you can just attack. It seemed like a massive rock, a tiny rock. It flew out of their person, out of like their chest area, and it flew out past all of you guys towards the end and hit Billy, who was now flying in a rush over to it. It was a mini grenade. It was like a rocket flew out of them. Billy is the one with the blue border up here, who is also a Symphony member, but like basically like an Avenger. I want to put it like that level. They're like an Avenger, or Justice League person, whatever. Super powerful, superhuman person that shouldn't even be in this area. As you can tell, literally one of them grabbed one and suffocated someone else into their own shadow. So yeah, Ririsu disappeared and suffocated someone into their own shadow. He just said, "Okay, you're out of here. You're out of here." But Kuiku just died. So you might want to attack. You might feel like beholden to them. Also, a dead dog is there.
What happened to Ifrit? I just remembered him.
Ifrit was up in the other world, and you probably said you would reconvene with him and Kuiko and Imali after you had your time with family, probably, right? You,
What?
yeah. What do you do here, though? You have an attack action left. What do you do with it?
Wait, who killed Kuiko and Herbal?
From what you can tell, the person that shot that fire grenade might have been the major cause of the problem. At the end of the day, like they are riddled with bullets, but that was only like part of the issue. The biggest concern was there was a literal massive explosion at the end of that, which is that guy. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, did this dude, like the yellow dude,
Yeah,
killed Kuiko and
yeah,
everyone?
with the bomb thing. Yep, there were two major explosions that went off caused by the enemies. The first one hit Kuiko. The second one hit Billy, but Billy seemed to take it. Um, Seemingly they have more hit points or can break away from some of that damage. I guess. You're not sure. Regardless, that rifle definitely did play a hand in the death of this Kuiko.
Gosh, I don't know if this is gonna work because I want to this because I want to say that Kuiko picked up the rifle and tried to shoot the helmet because angry.
Okay, so you want to pick up the rifle and use that as your attack action to try to shoot at it?
Yep.
Okay, you pick up the rifle. It is now in your hands. You click the trigger and then realize the reason they dropped it is because it is out of ammunition.
Oh, okay. Gosh. Okay. Maybe pick up the rifle again and just throw it at the dude.
You just put it like tuck it to your side right there. You already have it in your hand. You just tuck it right there, just on you. It has a strap and everything. This is this is your wasted attack action. It's in your hand now. It's yours.
Okay.
The one thing I didn't write up was a rifle, and that's the one thing I just picked up. But okay. Mm-hmm.
So wait, hold on. Sorry, I had to mute right there.
That's fine.
Is there a reason why he made the character drop his
He
rifle and
ran
then
out of
pull up the
ammunition.
rifle
Yes,
and then
he started shooting a Symphony member. He does not care for your lives. He's trying to kill you. I will I will reiterate. This is the warden of Imali, seemingly, as he did come in saying, "I'm the warden." Everyone freeze. Like he came in nervously. He didn't even know what to say. It seems like he was just pushed into this position, and clearly just started attacking. Saw Symphony members. He just started attacking. He just wanted to get in here. He wanted an excuse. Clearly a corrupt official.
so I guess this is like a robbery or something.
This is him trying to
I
snuff out the
understand.
rebellion.
Oh wait, who's the rebellion?
You apparently.
The funniest thing is that I am like the sort of a guy who all the knows the laws of Himalaya and the thing and obey them and execute them.
Yeah, Octavian. Actually, you recognize this fella. This is Ima Andolia.
Yeah, I already understood it.
But yeah. Yes, that's the end of your turn. Do you have a bonus action you want to use or something? Still make an attack with a bonus action. You have 2 light weapons. You would have to get closer though. You were saying?
How long is the two-handed longsword? I'm just asking.
Well, you just use a light weapon, so you wouldn't have time to have it out. I would assume that you would have a short sword out as well. So you could like make a swipe with your short sword with your offhand. It'll be minus your proficiency, but it would be something.
I just realized that I don't even have a short. I didn't even put a short sword.
Just use Red Bull.
But you said that I don't have the Red Bull.
It's the same stats. I'll just do deductions in my head. Yeah, it's the same.
So I don't.
Not much has changed on Feara. It's almost the same thing. You can assume you have a magical weapon in your hand, just as you would in any other instance. Nothing has changed. Feara's nearly a carbon copy of themselves, almost. You are in an awakened memory, after all.
It's the weirdest memory that I've ever encountered.
Yep. And so canonically, are you like up there, like confused, having made your
Yes.
your attempt for the weapon, your attempt for the weapon didn't work, and then you have this other weapon in your hand, this sword, which you could utilize, but then you don't because you're just like, wait, this isn't my sword though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Feara is very confused.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me see what happens.
But sure, I'll use the Red Bull.
Oh, you use it. Okay. Yeah, go for it then. Go for it. So ignore those rolls. Those rolls didn't happen. Not that it helped anybody. So you would have to get 5 feet next to someone if you want to use a sword, though.
Okay, Feara's gonna go up, I guess, and then attack.
Sure. Strike him. 25 definitely would hit. All right. 8 damage on this guy. Very good. Anything else? That's all right. Bonus action. That was it. All right.
My bonus action.
That was it. But what are we looking at next? We're looking at everyone else now. Fair. So now I got to make a new check because this was a different check without you being confused. So now, see, I don't like that because it touched something before it finished rolling. Thank you. That's a way better. That's way better. From 7 to 3. Anyways, Imandolia, the warden of Imali, as he seems to be, uh, he says to you, Feara, almost in a whispered, concerned tone, put your weapon down. You're going to die. And then he strikes at you. Twice.
By the way, when I shouted about when I shouted in the name of the Court of the Horn, stop the fight, did they somehow reacted?
No one batted an eye. It's a 22 and a 26 to hit Feara.
This dude said to Feara, put your weapon down.
Or you're going to die, yeah. Just slicing at you, one-handed with a katana on one side, and then uses his rifle that sorry, it seems like a ray gun in his hand, and then he shoots at one of the Symphony members. Which one does he shoot at? He shoots at Revelry. And pew.
Wait, so
misses. Mm.
Is the katana?
I don't know what.
Wait, what's the katana for Feara? Like
Yeah, the
dude
katana
hitting
is
Feara
towards
with the
Feara.
katana?
You take 17 points of damage. Yes. Okay. For some reason, it got double hit, but so Prishkara's gun only does one damage thing, so it's gonna do that. 7 and
Wait, Dad
5.
took 17 damage.
You took 17 damage. Yes.
Okay.
And then the Symphony member took 5 plus 7 was at 13. Okay. They have to make a con save. I make it now for them because they're not a player. Oh, they rolled well. Great. Okay. I'm unconcerned on that fact. Then these guys sort of just fly up. He sort of does like a rocket jet boost up to them. And then they start. What they pull out seems to be like a dual um, laser swords that just kind of come out in these bit of a runes eject from the ends of these things. 3 runes specifically, each one of them saying specific things like I want to say Mordor, and the other one says flame. The other one says some other nonsense akin to fire again. But regardless, he draws 2 of them and starts striking at the Symphony member with these fire sabers. Let's call them. So, now, here's a funny thing, right? I have this thing ready, but I put it in the wrong spot. Of course. So here's 1, 2, and then offhand. And then 1 hits the Symphony member, and they're struck with 10 points of fire damage. And they don't like that. They already got hit for like almost 30 something points. All right. So next from there is this thing, and then this lady just kind of just gets in a better position, and they sort of look around. But other than that, oh, I guess the guy wouldn't have gotten close to you. No, he's gonna stand right here. He's gonna use a bow. In his undead hands, he has this immaculate machine. It seems to be a short bow of some sort that just springs up from this tight, compact location, almost like a mini suitcase, and it just springs out into life, and then it shoots a bolt of lightning towards Feara again. You're the closest one.
Wait, how much damage did I took?
I mean, I would hope to make the attack first if it
Yeah,
goes through. Did it go through? They did 2 attacks again for some reason, so 25 would hit for 9 piercing and then 4 lightning damage. And for some reason, the piercing is not on there. That's very fun.
Wait, 9 and 4?
9 and 4 again. So you're just taking a
So
ton.
Feara took 13 damage.
Yes, total. Are you down?
Hold on. Let me just calculate this. No.
Okay, good to know. After that, it
He
is
has 9 HP left.
oh, wow. Now it is the Symphony members' turn. They didn't like what happened there, so they're actually gonna do a pretty weird move. These guys lined up properly for her, unfortunately. So now she gets to go through them. She gets to literally go through the line and rip these things in half. So this thing is immediately destroyed. Because it took a
Wait,
ton of
so
damage already. So that
so
thing,
she just like slashed through them like anime style?
she forced her body through them. Yes, straight up
Oh,
anime style. You are correct, just like that.
damn,
Um,
damn.
the bone guy didn't die. This thing died. And in its falling of its half its body, it sort of just lets go of these laser swords that drop. They just drop right next to his body, because he did have them out. And then this thing, um, well, let's see if it fares any better or much better than the other thing. Let's see. Da-da-da. Okay, see, all my rolls are not going through. I have to press everything twice for some reason. What is this? Oh no, it just went through. It just went through. Interesting. So he does take a ton of damage, but does not falter this skeleton entity. That is the end of their turn. Because it seems Ririsu is not around. For some reason, uh, you're healed, Feara, for it'd be 2d4. No, this is a heal. This is a d8. This is 2d8 plus 5. So 9 hit points positive onto Feara from where you stand.
So Pharaoh at healed 9.
Yeah, I probably rolled the wrong die, but whatever. I don't care. It rolled so low. I should have rolled d4s and I rolled d8s, but Here, actually, let me roll that instead because it might just be better than this. Here. No, I hate you. What the hell? Take the 6 points, not the 4 points. Wow. Anyways,
What happened?
dice hate me. Okay, that's the end
What?
of.
I don't hate you.
No. I mean like regular dice, not you, not
I
dice and
know.
slice.
I
Okay, you got me. I didn't read it between the lines. Okay. Octavian, it is your goal. It seems that Amber actually just does something and heals. And what do you do as one of these things are destroyed and drops his weapon? And the symphony members. Oh, we have one more symphony member.
Okay.
We have this. She gets up. No, she actually is gonna stay there. She's gonna stay there. She's gonna do some other stuff.
Okay, I ran up to here, I think,
Mhm.
and I use Eldritch Blast. So one of them goes here to this Necromancer, and another one hits this armored, not this armored guy, but Imandolia.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay, let me do the roll. This is for Necromancer, and this is for Imandolia.
Okay, both hit. And what is his damage type?
Force damage.
Force. Put it on the attacks for me, so that I don't have to worry about that again. But force damage 6 on. Oh no, that was just 3 on that one. There we go. And then Imandolia gets a 7 damage. Very good. No deductions on that at all. Boom. Okay. Is there anything else that you do?
Nothing more. I'm just remaining there. And actually, by the way, are there any shadows nearby?
Not really. This place is pretty well lit. Maybe more around to where the fires were, on the chair where Kawiko was. The fire has gone out there. The all the lighting, all the lamps. Wow, all the candles that were on the fixtures and the walls there are pretty much destroyed and out. So that's like the most shadow. That's if anything, that's where there'd be some dim light there. Not much. Is there a reason you're asking?
I just can use is I can just become invisible in the darkness or dim light area.
Yeah. So this would be dim light over here. There's also dim light. No, yeah, that's the only dim light point right there. That's it. Yep. Is there anything else?
Nothing more.
Okay. It goes back around. Feara.
Can Feara disengage in the fight?
Yeah, of course. Disengage. Costs you nothing, and
All
besides
right.
an action. Where you back up to?
Alright. Like,
You have to rush past them.
yeah.
Okay, you rush past and you see a pair of fire swords on the ground.
What?
Yeah, just a pair of fire swords on the ground. Yeah, like the guy just popped them out. He used them, and then he got basically dissected in half.
Like, is the fire source in front of Feara?
You run past them, like you go pick them up. Like it doesn't cost you anything for you to go swoop. Object interaction. You can pick up one.
Yeah, sure. I'll pick up the two fire swords.
If you want both of them, you have to stay there until your next turn.
Wait, where is the fire source?
It's by the dead body. The yellow Power Ranger
Oh,
thing.
you mean like right here?
Yeah, right here. Yep, right on him.
You know what? Hold on, no.
You get
Forget the
one
idea.
and
Forget
be
the
where you
freaking-
are, or if you want both, you'd have to stay there and wait till your next turn to use another interaction.
You know what? Forget the fire swords. Feara just runs past the fire swords.
Yeah, you can still get one. You can still grab one. It doesn't cost you
Just
anything.
get one?
Yeah, you grab one. There you go. I'm just saying, if you wanted both, you would have to stay there. That's it.
Oh, alright.
Because then you're like
I'll
bending
get
over.
one fire sword.
Yeah. So you got one extra fire sword in your hand, one down on the ground. Nice. Anything else that you do with your bonus action?
I dash.
You could use that as an action. Yeah. Well, you disengaged already, so you can't dash.
What?
You disengaged, so you cannot dash.
Oh.
Yes.
Wait, do you have to be in like battle to dash?
No, you don't. You also don't have to go straight. You could also have turned a corner here to get cover. Is that your intent, to get cover? There's like a room there. You know about the room. You could get in there. You still have enough speed to reach that from where you were.
Oh, really?
Yeah. In fact, it would have been easier. For some reason, you know that there's a room there. Like your body already, it recognizes that as a room. You're rushing through it, picked up the saber, and you were about to turn right, but you're like, wait, there's a room right here. Forget it. And it's clearly some cover there.
Okay, Feara goes to the room.
You would have done like this. So you'd be up to here. You're right at the precipice of the room. You're right there. There's still some cover on everybody, by the way. Right here.
Like right here?
That's it. Yep. That's 30 feet.
Okay.
Anything else? So your turn. You still have bonus action.
Can I go inside the room?
No, you don't have enough. You can't
Oh.
dash with your bonus action.
Oh.
That's a
Okay.
goblin.
What?
That's a goblin.
What do you mean?
I play a goblin in one of my D&D games, and they can dash as a bonus action. Apparently, it's very useful. Very useful for a wizard. Yeah, not kidding.
Feara just leans to the wall and
Okay.
covers his ears and closes
Make a
Right. He's having
Constitution saving throw.
okay. 90.
Okay.
Should I make this throw as well?
Not yet. Feara seems to sort of disappear in place. Uh, the symphony member Reverie looking to them and saying, "What the hell's going on?" There's a dissonant whisper, almost as if it comes out of their voice. Octavian, you feel like everything is warping around you. They seem to be closer yet further away from you. This symphony member, the entity to your to the left of you, seems to also sink in space, almost like gravity is deepening for them. Ima Andolia seems to sort of stay in the same a platform connected to you in some way, almost as if you are touched by the same threads of the universe, but everything else sort of just falls away and melts, even Koiko's body, almost everything. And it's just like seemingly the two of you alone. And it is his go. And he's sort of looking around like, what is happening? What is this? But he does use his turn for that. You're kind of in a black room in this space. Reality seems broken. But you're sort of coming to in 2 points. You see yourself having landed, Octavian. You are holding on to a beach. You're on the edge of a river. There's water coming up in front of you, but you still see Ema and Dolia simultaneously. What do you do? It is your goal.
I just stand up and shout at Mandolia, do you recognize me? If you don't, just listen. The reality is messed up and we need to go now. And I just start to rushing out of the place, trying to escape this reality warp and etc.
Sure. Which way do you try to escape to? Do you try to go?
What paths do I have?
What do you mean?
I'm just trying to escape from the this dream sort of and this beach sort of. I'm just going from the river to the shore.
So as it is sort of like both. You see yourself in the darkness right now, but you feel this riverbank. But you currently are still in the darkness at the moment.
I'm casting dancing lights then.
Nothing happens. Like you feel the magic go, but it's so deep and so dark here. You can't even perceive the magic.
I just then sit on the ground and start to meditate, sort of, to start to concentrate on my mind.
Yeah. Make a Constitution save.
One moment. And it's 15.
It Imai Andolia dropping his weapons to the side, sort of looks to around nothingness, and then back to you, and he says, "This is wrong. This is wrong." And he's sort of like disappearing as he's saying it, and almost instantly you sort of wake in this space, in this state that is definitely not where you were once before, but you are now. I think is this. I'm just gonna double check it. For some reason, it's different on my screen. I believe I may have flipped them because I think I like it better that way. Yeah, I did like it better that way. So here we are now. Octavian, where you stand, or where you sit, or where you lay, I guess.
I'm sitting just, I think, in the center. Like Where am I exactly? Can you reveal something for me? Because
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, you're by the water. Most likely, having just breached the water, you were currently, as it stands, um, dug by the water by the waves into this space. Um, but this foreboding music for some reason. Um, Here, how about this? Oh, even more foreboding. Who cares anymore? But as you do arrive, uh, it does seem to be a quiet day, devoid of life. Nobody seems to be present in this space. It is um, dawn. Morning has risen, and yeah, make a perception check for me,
oh, you want perception, yeah?
please.
With advantage or disadvantage?
Uh, Disadvantage. Because wait.
Then
Oh, so you guys see nothing. You don't see anything. Shit. Let me fix that.
I have 32 and the 13. I hope 22 is more suitable.
No. This is annoying me. I don't like this place. I need to fix this in the background. Fix. Uh-huh. This is what happened when I use something that's not mine. How about this?
How do you do that? I forgot how to do that.
You just press right button on the mouse and then continue.
And it doesn't disrupt me at all. Much better. Okay.
So as I understand, I see the house, yes?
Yeah, you see all of this.
I approach it just calmly.
Well,
slowly.
hold on, because you just landed here. You just woke up from this dream that may or may not have changed your perception of things. You definitely um, find it hard to breathe as you are both exhausted and out of breath. And that perception check is enough for you to notice that there is an individual that is looking out to you, which I will expose.
And I just look at the individual in the eyes directly and just shout, "Can you help me? I don't know where am I."
Yeah. As you're thrown in this space, it seems that this individual is looking out into the river, into the center of the waters here. As you call out, they sort of give a hop and are already to you. It doesn't take them much to reach you. To be honest with you, it seems like they're pretty agile in their space. They literally just boop, get over there in a split second, almost as if they floated over. And once they reach you, they kind of squint their eyes and say, "Did you just come out from that?"
I think yes, I came out of the river. I'm not sure what is happening. I don't know what is wrong with my perception because a few minutes ago I was fighting in the dining room and then I am here.
Dining room? What dining room? Um, there's no, there's no dining room here, my friend.
Where am I? And who are you?
This is the planet Port, the continent of Mignithano. We're not too far from Lipsy. Any of these names make sense to you?
The Lipsy School, you mean?
Yeah, I was just there. I'm investigating this bit of a issue here as he looks out into the oceans, into the waters. You can now actually notice that similar to the underworld's reality of this water bank, uh, this one has a funnel, and the whirlwinding effect of the ocean seems to stay stagnant, almost as if the river isn't draining itself, but it's churning itself.
And I just remove part of my cloak and show him the symbol of Lipsy. I'm from that school. Can you guide me there?
Yeah, I'll get us there pretty quickly, to be honest with you. And he sort of just uh raises his hands from like low to the air, higher. It seems like they're casting a spell, and then eventually, out of like the shadowed trees, you see a pair of horses, I guess. They're Mustangs, pretty much, that just pop out, and there's just like I made us a couple rides. If you're in need, please get on it, or do you need me to ride it for you? You do look a little out of it.
I need to go to the DC school, and whatever path is more suitable and better. I just want to get there because I'm Octavian, by the way. I'm from the School of the Lipsy. I am also a member of the Blue Coral Corps.
Okay. Yeah. I'm Ririsu. I don't know if you recognize me. I have been recognized often here. But yeah, I'll help you out, man. Let's take care of that. This you might actually have some answers about this. Let's go to the college. And then that we go to the college. It doesn't take much time to get there because it seems that we were just half an hour away. Given the speed of the monstrosities that this thing creates, it turns out that they know they are not horses. These things have tendrils and weird things. There are multiple eye stems on these things, not where eyes would be. This thing looks like an aberration that is carrying you upon inspection, but you do not care as you are tired enough to take the ride. Um, Dice and Slice,
Yes.
you wake up in bed by yourself in your room,
Pharaoh wakes up.
and for
Pharaoh
so,
wakes up.
Mhm. What do you do? What happens?
Pharaoh wakes up like this. What was that?
It's even more weirder as there's a rifle around your shoulders and a fire sword emitter in your hand.
I'm really sorry. I need to make a phone call, and soon I might have to go and leave the session.
Okay, no problem. Just mute yourself for that call and take care of what you have to. Just let us know if you do have to go though. But DS, you definitely see a fire sword emitter in your hand and a rifle around your shoulders. That weren't there before when you went to sleep.
Pharaoh's it's just so confused. Like, wait, this was this was the fire sword from that dream. How the hell did I? How the hell am I holding this? Is this the rifle? Pharaoh's like having like existential crisis about what's happening.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
what's real and what's not.
of course. Um, I like the idea that in this time
I'm
and
just wearing
space,
pajamas.
and you're wearing your pajamas. Um,
Yes, bare patterned pajamas,
ba-
obviously.
Wait, bear patterned?
Like yeah, like bear pictures or something like that.
That
But
is
there is
hilarious. Okay, yeah, yeah. All
which is
right.
the color pink, by
Oh,
the way.
nice, nice. The bear or the pajamas?
Both.
Both. So it's like that. He's bordered by like black. It's just like the oddest neon pink going on.
The bears are like hot pink and wait no just pink.
Okay.
Excuse me. Unfortunately, I have to leave you. It was a great session. Thank you.
Thank you.
But I have to go.
No problem. Thank you.
Goodbye.
All right. So yeah. You said it's hot pink.
No,
The
the bear is just pink. The color pink.
and the rest of the pajamas
Outfit
hot pink.
bear. No, light pink.
Oh, softer
Yeah,
pink.
light pink.
All right. All right. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I like it. I like it. I like it. Is there a bow on the bear or something that they're holding? Maybe an umbrella.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I just imagine the bear would have like an item with them for some reason, like an umbrella or some other weird thing, like a ducky, like a toy, like a little toy duck that they will go in the shower with. But they have a pillow with them. They have a pillow and they're holding it in different positions.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love it. All right. Um, in that time, Feara, in that time, well, some time happens actually. So what do you do in some time? There is much to do in regards of what you would like to do. It just depends on what that is. What is it that Feyre is seeking out to do for the moment? Um, there is the option of going back into the city of Imali, checking what they have to offer there. You could probably wait around and help out with the family if that was the intent. If you were gonna assist your father with his business trip.
Yeah. Fair got gets up from bed, confused,
Mm,
while holding the fire sword and the rifle on
mm-hmm.
his shoulder.
Yeah.
And then he like placed it down on his like work table, like both the sword and the rifle.
Yeah.
He dressed he gets dressed up like um some like no not pajamas, like some pants and just a regular shirt. Goes down the stairs and tries to find his like parents.
Yeah. And there you do find at least your father. He is up early. He's apparently having prepared some kind of hot brew in the kitchen to prepare for the morning. People like their hot brew drinks in the morning for some odd reason. And he does not appreciate the brews themselves, but he makes them for your mother every morning. And as he does so, he does offer you a cup. Hey, son. Morning. Do you want some coffee?
Yeah, yeah, yes, please.
Feel free.
Thank you,
Serve yourself. I'm
Father.
not gonna do it for you. You can tell
All right.
every time he's made a cup of coffee, he's averted his face, almost like he doesn't like the smell, but he deals with it because most of all your family does drink coffee. Um,
Actually, all of his family members, especially Pharaoh, but even his siblings,
yeah.
his mother drinks coffee,
Oh yeah. Oh
except
yeah.
for his father.
Oh yeah. He shows you the business card um, in more detail this time because he the first time when he received it, he was excited to get it. He showed it to you to prove to you that basically mission complete. We did what we had to. We convinced the rich folk to believe in us that we could get the job done, and the richer folk at least. And in that, he finally does hand over the business card to you, and there is a bit of a map of a bog, of which you know it's very difficult to travel through, but there's an X on it, and apparently stating that that's where you'll find the goods, essentially. And your father, he says, this is the job Hawking wants us to finish. There was a misstep in one of their laborers, uh, one of their delivery folk. It seems that in the in the forest, it gets a little dangerous. Things don't always come back, especially when there's talk of trolls and monstrosities of the sort. A forest troll is a dangerous thing, son. I don't know if you've ever faced one before, but they're pretty hard to put down. You usually need some kind of fire to destroy the things. So we gotta find out some way, some fire. We have to find out some way to invest into. Yeah. I talked to Jim on Sunday. He told me that there's someone in the marketplace of Imali selling a flamethrower. I was thinking about going picking that up just in case. Might be worth a try. They said maybe 20, 30 gold. I wasn't sure. I haven't talked to the person myself. So, you know, I was going to give them a little greasing of the palms, maybe a little bit of a talking to get the job done. Uh, could use your help for that, though. You know how nervous I get.
Yeah, I get that, father, but I think I can help you with the fire thingy.
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
Hold on. Just I'm gonna just go back to my bedroom and show you.
oh, okay, sure.
He goes to upstairs again in his bedroom. He grabs the fire sword that he got from his dream.
Mm-hmm. As
Goes
you,
back downstairs.
yeah, as you are leaving, he's sort of whispering to himself, like, "Yeah, I had a solution already. I don't know why you would just have a solution better than mine. I mean, you're sort of just like upset that wait, I did so much work to find out about this flamethrower and it's down the drain. Okay. But yeah, you come back.
And Bear's like holding the fire sword. And like, hey, Dad, I know you're not going to believe this. I know you're not going to believe it. But this appeared in my hand, like in a dream, and it just appeared in my hand.
Okay. Uh,
I don't know how that happens, to be honest.
I'm gonna check something for him. Okay. There's a couple things that happen. First, he looks to the thing and recognizes it immediately, and there's concern in his eyes. And as you're speaking about this, pulled it out of a dream situation, he's already sort of grabbing at the thing with a concern. This thing, I will say to you, it is basically like um, it looks like a scope attachment with sort of this ribbed center that would be comfortable if it wasn't for just the slight needing to shift it to turn it on. You have to like turn it to turn it on, and it does kind of rubs on your the side of your hand a bit whenever you do use it. Not that you would know because you may have not used it yet, but he does grab it as if he is going to twist it, as if he's going to turn it on, and he doesn't. He's just holding on to it. This carbon copy of a lightsaber, I will say. Uh, and they sort of get concern in their eyes dissipating as your father he states, this isn't meant to be here. This isn't from this world. They're asking. If you got this from here, if you didn't pull it from this awakened dream or memory thing that you experienced, would be problematic. Did you get this from this place? You pulled it. You pulled it from there. Did you see anyone you recognized? Were they confused as well? I think we should sit down. I think we should sit down. He sort of takes you to the table, putting down the light sword, the fire sword on the table as well, and he kind of grabs what looks to be a photo album um from not far away, actually, from right there, and he's just flipping through it right there on that table, and he does get to a picture eventually, and he's looking at it, and he's just tapping at the picture, and he says, um, whatever circumstance has brought it so that you can see a different world that isn't too dissimilar, it can only mean several things, some of which do concern me, Feara. Um, if you are experiencing awakened memories, you could either be uh, infected or cursed by an entity, or simply that you're coming into a space of which most people cannot even, they couldn't even concept it, I will say. Um, do you remember any stories I've ever told you about espers? The fallen espers, the ones who influenced our our gods, our, wow, I forgot my god's names. One of them is called Ayala. Okay. Um the ones that influenced Ayala and Fierro, which is obviously from which you have your name, Feara. And then that they copied they copied the truth, and they copied reality. And when you see truth and reality act in such a way that changes your perception as a godlike entity. It is disheartening for us simple folk, for one, but inspiring as well. Because you could only imagine what is going on in their heads, Ayala and Fierro, as they both decide to cut ties with their heaven, their all knowing, all expanding world, just so they can experience love and life and change. For individuality does not exist without that. That is the the true truth. That is the real reality. And that is what the espers of old taught us when they cut ties with their heaven. Espers that became lesser. Feara, when our god was overtaken by the Lizard King, they were sent to a desperate state, and they started putting out a whole different book. This one's massive, and they just kind of put it towards you for you to grab. They don't open up a page. They don't do anything. They just kind of put it there, hold their hand out, and then they let go. And their intent is sort of that grab it. That's yours now. Um, he says
Okay.
when Feara when Fierro wasn't able to conquer the oceans, he had to become it. When Ayala wasn't able to change and shift the planet to the image that would have deflected the Lizard King, she became it. In this sort of is the death of our espers. And this is the destruction of what they once were. And you can already understand this sacrifice that they took was deafening to the folk and traumatic, so to say. The years to follow obviously were difficult within war of the Lizard King, him enslaving most of the folk for thousands of years. But in all that time, Ayala and Fierro have promised to return. As we are their descendants, they will return through us. Those who experience awakened memories, unfortunately, can become the target of our gods. I don't know the full spectrum of it, but and he sort of taps at the book, but it does state that those reaching the capacity to touch other realms, to see the memory of the world before ours, those are the ones who are connected to either Fierro or Ayala. Feara, I am so sorry. The last thing I expect, the last thing I wanted is for you to get involved in this kind of nonsensical puppeting. And then he reaches into his pocket um, this time, and there's a letter in there. Sort of, you can tell that it's been torn open and pulled out, read several times, and stuffed back in. And he sort of just pulls it out, and he just holds onto it, looking at it with the photo album. I'll make a perception check.
Okay. Conception. Where
Oh
are
yeah,
you?
oh yeah.
Oh, Anyone?
You see in that picture there are several folk and entities other than just elves there. Do remind me. Are you fully elf?
Half elf. His father's a human.
Okay, but he's well ingrained in Imali, so if anything, he feels akin. Um, but you see elves. You see your father there. You see a lizard folk, a massive one, pretty big in the background there, hanging out. There's this a dragonborn next to them as well, and then there's this sort of an illithid, so to say, a mind flayer. They look like an octopus person, but and they're all there smiling at the camera. But specifically, it seems that there's this trace of the eye on your father as he looks onto the lizard folk, the massive one in the background, the one that seems to have a hand around the, all the people on the right side. He like he's touching the furthest one on the right, and he basically you see the arm go behind all the rest of them, almost as if he was hugging them. But he taps at the letter and he says, "I've rewritten this letter 1,000 times. Uh, I'd like you to deliver this now. Actually, I don't think your path is to follow me in what I plan on doing and what I eventually will get to do. No, I think your path leads to something else. Son, he hands you the letter. I'd actually like you to deliver this to the warden in Imali. It seems that the two of you have much to talk about. If anyone would know anything about awakened dreams, it is going to be him."
Wow. Okay, I'm just telling as the player, not as Feara.
Mm-hmm.
And like, wow.
Yeah.
And when you said that there's like a draconic person in that picture,
Yeah, there was a pair of them. There was one lizard folk and there was one dragonborn. You would know them to be sort of separated in most instances. The lizard folk were born in Forbid and diverted from the dragon folk specifically, but dragon folk are not separated, not specifically only from Forbid. You know lizard folk to come from there prominently. Dragonborn could be born even here. There are Fey folk that are Dragonborn as well. But yes, you do see that.
I kind of like wonder that Feara's father learned draconic and he taught Feara how to speak draconic because Feara has can speak draconic.
Excellent. Mm-hmm. Would make sense.
Yeah.
Is there anything you
And
say?
Feara asked, "Where is this where does this warden live, father?"
You'll find them most likely in Azayela's tower within the city of Imali. Once entering, you should find it. You know the big one, the big one. I know you don't know it by his name. You know it as the big building, but once you see it, show them the letter.
All right. Feara on the sink or in the sink, I guess. Grabs. Wait, is he already holding the letter?
No, he's holding it out for you.
Oh, okay. So Feara grabs the letter and then he says on fire. Wait, no. Hold on, let me think. What Feara would say to his mother. Actually, no, forget it. Feara doesn't say anything to his mother. He said, alright, alright, father. I'm going to get ready now and go to Molly to speak to his warden about this awakened dream that I experienced.
Oh, I'll go with you still. I must still get to
Uh,
Molly myself, but
oh,
your path is
sorry.
definitely going to diverge from mine's instantaneously. I can tell you. Um, here, and as obviously you grab this letter, it does feel like there's some weight to it. There does seem to be a coin within it.
Feara goes to the weapon room and grabs his like armor and stuff, like all of his things.
Yeah, you prepare to head out. Your father does as well. You guys take
Yeah.
the horse.
Before they go out,
Hmm,
before they go out, Feara goes back to the
mhm,
backyard and goes to the garden and
yeah.
sees his mother
Hmm,
over there taking care of the flowers.
okay.
And says like, "Hello, mother. Me and father are going to Imali."
She says, so soon? You're,
Yes.
you're leaving? Are you gonna be here tonight? Are you coming back for dinner again, or?
I probably will, but
Okay,
I don't know how long it will take us.
all right. Well, let me grab something I packed for you because I figured you guys would probably leave early. She rushes into uh the house and grabs some stuff. It seems to be a, a container of food. It has what one would call, hmm, I think they'd be like fried dumplings to you guys, I guess, sort of.
Fried dumplings?
Yeah, I mean, in my country they call them pastelitos. So I don't know. That's like the closest thing I could compare it to.
Pastelitos?
Pastelitos, yeah. It's basically
Pastelitos.
like it's flour surrounded, food surrounded by flour, and then we fry it and then we eat it. That sounds like dumplings to me. So I don't have a translation for that word. That's a problem. So I don't know what to call it. And I think dumplings are the easiest thing I can say with that. It's seasoned really well. They're very steamy once you bite into them. And it seems to be like there's three of them. They're decently sized. They're bigger than what a dumpling would be. And they are in a row there. And she says, "Your dad really worked hard for that dough. If it tastes a little weird, let him know because he is adjusting the recipe a little bit."
Oh, alright. Wonder, me and dad are going to go to Imali now.
Okay,
Uh,
have a good day.
I hope I hope you take care of yourself. And then he kisses like his mother's cheek, like I said, acid a goodbye.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do.
She gives you a good, uh, long hug, kind of squeezes into you a bit,
Yep.
and then lets you go. Kind of taps you on the back on the fur suit where the wings are, where the wings are. She's like, what? This thing is weird. She's looking at it. she scratches it. She's like, does it do anything? You feel it?
No,
Oh wait, you put it on. If you put it on here, you're fully a bear.
What?
You're fully a bear. So you kiss your mom as a bear, and she still hugs you. She still hugs you. She still hugs you though. She's like, you're like the cleanest bear I've ever seen. Every other bear I've seen, disgusting animal. I kid you not. She goes back to gardening.
Feara and his dad goes out and goes to Imali now.
To Imali. So in Imali, a couple things can happen. Your father is still gonna try to get that flamethrower because knowing that you have,
So he's not taking.
he won't take it now that you're gonna go to the warden. Now that he sees that your path is maybe somewhere else, he does not want that out of your hands. He would rather it stay with you. I think this music just keeps resetting. I don't know why. Can I get like some variation, please? Like, please,
What do you mean?
please. It's supposed to play like several things, not just that one. Um. Okay, there we go. So sounds like we're walking around in a city now. Dwarven City is what it's called. Anyways, as we are in Imali, we find ourselves walking to the very center, the front gate up over here. But before we could even reach there, there are several folk selling stuff. Specifically, the flamethrower that your dad was told about and informed. Could I get a persuasion check to see um how how they feel, how the vendor feels about dropping the price on some of this stuff, on lowering the cost of things.
Right.
Okay. So it seems like your dad is gonna have to pay full price for that thing, and but it seems that the guy is willing to at least offer an extra tank of fuel that it would need. It uses this rechargeable fuel, but it takes about,
Fuel?
yeah, it uses this like rechargeable fuel that it's sort of a battery, a plasma battery that recharges as long as you place it upside down for 24 hours over light. So it can't rain, it can't be a cloudy day. It has to be a sunny day, and you have to wait 24 hours before it fully charges. And because of that, your dad was kind of giving him shit, and so were you. And to that, he kind of caved, and he was like, "Okay, fine, fine, fine. I'm not gonna lower the price on the item itself, but I can offer an extra battery pack if and when you use it. You could just replace it and then keep both your battery packs, and obviously recharge one while using the other." And to that, your father found acceptable enough, and he gave them um, a bit of gold that it costs, and it costs a pretty penny, you can tell. Other than that, it seems that he bids you adieu as he does have business to take care of. He does have essentially a heist to plan, and he says if you're done with your business by the end of the month, that you could also be involved in the final plans of it, the finalization of that, the the heist itself. It seems, but that's then and there if we reach it. Regardless, he does leave you.
Okay.
Yeah.